GI tract, kidneys, adrenals. If you never worked on anything but those, you'd have great successes, because from those tissues resonate every other part of the body. Well, I see synchronicity with cleaning the lymph and that helping out the bowel, astringent fruits, easier digestion, assimilation, utilization, elimination. You got it, bro. Does that sort of eliminate the need for enemas? Oh, yeah, I don't do enemas. I think enemas, they're okay. No offense with the colon therapists out there, but you can overdo those sort of things, you know. I just don't, there's only so much you can get done with water washing and stuff like that. The herbs in the diet really make a thorough cleaning all the way through. If you want to clean the colon, clean every once in a while with a colonic, okay. But I don't think you have to sit there and give yourself enemas. Now, if you have colorectal cancer, you got something worse, we can go up that side, absolutely. You can't eat or anything by mouth, we can go up that end, although that's the last end I want to go up. And since we're on the subject of colonics, I know you mentioned clays before the effect. Well, I mean, in Europe, they use clays for colonics, so to speak, you know. Got to be real careful with clays a little bit. You don't want impactions and things. Very inorganic, very inert kind of stuff. What is more effective to intestinal consumption then, or externally for maximum effects? For instance, a clay enema. No, I wouldn't. I have in the GI broom, I only have 2% bentonite and 2% charcoal to show you what I have in there, which isn't much, because this stuff swells and binds, and you do not want to end up impacted going to the hospital. This is some of the things you have to be cautionary about. Clay with water to make it liquid versus a clay such as bentonite in a drink. Well, I don't think I would insert any clays up that way. You do run the risk to impact yourself down there. Mostly water's absorbed in the lower part of the colon anyway. And that's where stool is, you know, becoming more firm. So I'd be real careful. Thanks, Zita. Colin Zita. This is Shane. Will you please explain the pros and cons of your dry herb capsules versus your herbal tinctures? Is anything lost when making them into a tincture? Which one is better overall? I'm referring to the formulas that come in both forms. Well, that's a very good question. Thank you, dear one. Thank you, Shane. Well, I used to think that the tinctures would be the strongest. So I've always been a fan of as close a ratio with the herbs as I could get with the first distillation and still made some semblance of power in herbs. I'm not quite, I like homeopathy. That's great for allopathic physicians and they won't hurt people like that. And homeopaths are great symptom treaters. I think this world has a huge place for homeopathy. With that said, though, I also don't like the MediHerb consciousness of one-to-one concentrate where you've got a little bitty ounce bottle and it's only a couple of drops and you've had to do 2 distillation types or more. So 1 to 4 is about as packed as you're going to get when you make a good menstruum. And that's herb to grain alcohol and distilled water, because you've got your oil soyables to pull out of that herb and you got your water soyables. So you're not going to pull good oil soyables with vinegar or glycerin. That's the problem. So you lose a lot of the most active principles or more oil soyables. So that's problematic with that. And so that's why the alcohol does take it to a cell much better than glycerin or vinegar would. Plus, remember I said you get 98% of the herb versus 60% of the herb. Big difference in that way as well. However, I'll give you an example. Lymph node 2 tincture, lymph node 2 capsules. Lymph node 2 capsules ended up being way too strong. Big deal, we thought capsules were weaker. And then people were calling projectile vomiting. It's like, oh, wow. So we've come to realize that is a butt-kicking formula. You want to do maybe 1 twice a day or 1 3 times a day at most, because You know, bloodroot's a butt-kicking herb. It'll pull a tumor right out of your body, the main ingredient in black sap. But with that said, I think our capsules are much stronger, believe it or not, than the tinctures. Although we've only used tinctures most of our lives and just seen incredible results, well, we're picking up more capsules. So we're offering both. I like the tinctures because it's all in one and down. I don't like to take a lot of capsules, even though these are veggie caps. It's starch. So maybe not even good for diabetics or something, but this is starch. But again, when you're trying to find mediums to disperse the herbs in, you've just got a society you have to pick from. So I like the capsules better, but there's times where I like the liquids. So I balance that out. I use more capsules when I want work done in the colon and liver and pancreas, and I use liquids when I want to go out and into the body deeper. Although I'm trying to balance between the two. So if you balance, it's like you're going to see your protocols coming with one stomach and with one lymphatic capsule and one lymphatic liquid. And if you have 2 lymphatic liquids, you know I'm putting the pedal down to the metal. And that's it. Because we don't know. Richard Schultz used to say 45 drops of a tincture at our level was all you would need. Now, most herb books, when you read them, is you only take 3 drops, 4 drops of something. Well, that kind of thinking is, and of course in Europe we talk in wine glassfuls. So if you're taking teas, you want 1 wine glassful, which here would be a cup. You know, you have these. It depends what country you're in, and you know that sort of thing. But I will say that I do like the capsules. I think they're really butt kickers. But use the capsules to clean up the gut. Liquids to me are not near as effective of cleaning up bowel tissue as the capsules would be. And balance that out and you'll be good. But ours was 1 to 4 concentrate. I distill for almost 30 days. We try to do lunar work, but again, when you're dealing in big companies, you do the best that they can do with that. I have suggested that they try to get some green bottles, be unique, because I've always wanted green bottles instead of amber bottles, because it'll let the sun move through that full spectrum lighting through the green bottle. You'll power up those herbs a lot more than they are already. So again, that would be something nice for the future, but you got to buy them in 100,000 lots. You know, everything costs money. Good morning, D.R. Morris, and all of the crew. Thank you, my dear. This is Fabrice. We are absolutely loving your... Oh, thanks so much. Thank you, guys. Appreciate viewing the channel there. We love you guys, too. Let me tell you. I like a couple of questions here. I'm currently on your detox kit. Wow, what a great little cocktail. That's kind of what I'm saying. You know, you get a little shot. That's why I like to put them all in there now, shoot them down. Now think of this. Most of you that are on the herbs, when I'm looking at a body, I'm going into the kidneys, I'm going into the adrenals, so I'm going into the gut bowels, I'm going in, you know, so I'm keeping the fungus down. So generally when you look at it, you're on about 8 to 10 bottles of stuff, just some of the areas that I'm going after nowadays. And if you'll notice, as you head down this program, you start getting less and less. Matter of fact, your last month starts to come way down, because I'm really going gangbusters at first, but I'm coming down off as we go. Because if I don't need a formula, I'm going to kick it off. I'm going to kick it off, and we're going to keep going down, because I'm a true believer of let your food be your medicine and your medicine be your food. With that said, though, these herbs are so good. I'm telling you, when you're away from them, it's like, oh, they really are incredible food sources, too. Don't forget this. These are incredible nutritional sources of food, too. And on the second day of taking it, I had a big surprise with turtle season happens. I got rid of a lot of gallbladder stones. Pretty good, huh? That's pretty neat, and I thought that it was pretty significant in terms of detoxifying my body. It really is. That's why you don't always need to spasm the liver to pop them all out. On a good detox program, all your stones are going to loosen up and come out anyway. But gave birth to a few little turtles, did we? I am now in my 3rd week. I play the game with fruits all day and salad at night, just feeling amazing. Isn't that neat? You know, I really that's just such a good diet program, because you can detox with it and then you still get your night emotions in. And I think that runs good. I really do, for most people. If you ever want to dig deeper, you know, just live off the salad, go all fruit. Question 1, are these stones a natural thing that we need, or just some trap waste? Stones, yeah, whatever you see your body kicking out, say goodbye and don't come back. Yes, my girlfriend is wondering if you could address her opinion regarding unbalanced hormones for females. She has been on the pill for 6 years but stopped 4 years ago. She has been working over 3 years with a naturopath using herbal tonics. She is really healthy, no questions. However, still got some testosterone level at a bit high and estrogen a bit low. What could you suggest? Well, if your estrogen is low, take some black cohosh. I think that's going to be the best remedy for that. You can take the female reproductive formula to strengthen up the female tissues like the uterus and the ovaries, but it is a progesterone formula. If you're running low in estrogen, which will give you more vaginal dryness and stuff like that, then that's the adrenal glands. You can take black cohosh to inspire that, but you might specifically want to work on your pituitary 1 and your adrenal number 2, because those are the 2 places you're going to see the most effective toward testosterone and estrogen levels, but your adrenals are the most important. So you just want to make them healthy, just keep making them healthy, and they'll come into balance one day between the 2. The fact that you are on birth control pill does make testosterone out-trump estrogen, because you start losing estrogen production with doing that. By the way, any of you guys know herbs for natural birth control, please write it in. I've got my formula almost made. Trouble is finding someone to test it. But I want an herbal formula for birth control. I've wanted this for years. I'm pushed now. I've got 13 new formulas. We got some good kidney formulas. Well, you guys are going to love this. Some of you have turned me on to different things, and I've researched them, and so we're going to have some good stuff coming there. And it's all for the sake of getting the lymph opened up and getting people detoxed. So I would work that way. The fact that was on estrogen for a long time slammed the adrenals, so it's just bringing those glands into a state of balance and health. And if you have some genetics there, you're just going to have to stay raw and let all that rewind itself and work that self, because you can tonic yourself to death, but really just keep going after your health issues. I'd bring some black cohosh in on the picture. That'll bring your estrogen levels up. At the same time, make sure your kidneys are filtering and your adrenals are at least halfway up. Your blood pressure is working its way toward 120. That sort of thing, because that's the adrenals neurotransmitter. That's the medulla. That's the neurotransmitters. But you could assume that the cortex is coming along with that.